Springtime, where most places all of the snow is melting and the sun is shining. Let's get the files. Okay, we're just gonna put that to the side. Initial plans went haywire. I had old illustrations that I was gonna make into new illustrations and a sketchbook tour ready for next month. Don't worry, we're still getting to that, but all of my files for my springtime speed paints are so instead we're gonna work with the ones that do work, which is a redesign of one of my old event personas and a little fan art of my own character for self-indulgent sakes of Calypso. Initially, Blight's concept was actually just a throwaway design from an old Inktober drawing challenge. I genuinely don't even remember what the prompt was, but what I do remember when I first drew them is that they looked kind of like this zombified anthropomorphic creature, and then I started to adjust the design, stitched their body up together instead of it being randomly missing limbs, and then I added on the mask and fixed the hair a bit. So the hair on the old design is actually a callback to when I was younger and I basically had no choice but to get such a short bob-like haircut. It looked horrible no matter how I styled it. Still to this day, one of the things that frustrated me that I put into this character as well is a reference with the wings and the halo to religious traumas, and the fact that the wings are also stunted comes importantly into the redesign. So with the old design kind of being this mask of emotions, and roughly with the red streaked sort of permanent stains of tears and stress, the old design actually had a bit more of a horrific aspect to it. When the mask came off, it was not a straightforward, it was attached to their fur because it had been slapped on for so long that it just kind of started to actually meld to their face. They also had stitches across their mouth, a bit of angst thrown in there, but it was something at the time that I felt was necessary for the drawings when I was making these vent illustrations, but not anymore. So like myself with these personas and characters, they grow alongside me. The changes best fit to the current me, and I'm not a teenager anymore, so a lot of these designs are more of like the character has grown up into what would be their kind of new look after so much time has passed. And I got rid of the hair because it was just bothering me. It didn't fit really well with the design, and starting from the head and working my way down, the mask is still kind of something that they wear, but it's to hide when they're around people that they don't trust. People that they have to put this mask on because they feel like they are either in danger even if they're not, or they just don't want people to see what they're actually expressing. Or in my case, where sometimes I don't even realize that I'm doing it, I might actually have that little face where it's just 2 dots and a line, and people are like, "You're not smiling, are you okay? Are you enjoying yourself? Maybe we should do something else." And I'm waving my arms frantically like I am happy, I'm good, I'm chill, and I'm just like slapping my cheeks and I'm like, I'm doing it again, no. And then the other side of it being is that underneath the mask is this like just really sort of neutral face, just a little happy subtle smile, and the eyes don't look as beady and frightened with the mask because of the depth that the mask creates. The wings are permanently dipped in gold because, well, that happened when they were younger and couldn't help it. Their tail and the halo that was once on their head is now stuck like a little bracelet around the tail because their tail was once puffy, and due to stress it is worn down to just little patches of fuzz on the bones, so it's just bone skin and a little patch of fur. But overall, with the redesign, I am happy with it. It is simple and straightforward, but it's also something that, when I look back at the old Vent illustrations, they're kind of just stuck like fixtures in time, little memories for me to look back on and say, I've grown from those points in time. I'm not the same person, nor is this persona for the old illustrations. I may end up making new ones, but one of the big differences is that I feel like as a coping mechanism, my art has also grown in a way where I don't have to make so many Vent illustrations. I can make these illustrations as comfort and growth for not just me, but for the characters as well, because it feels really weird for me to say, but unfair for most of my characters and personas to have gone through all of that, sort of like character development, and not change and grow like I have. And with characters that have grown through time, one of the newest additions is a character from the world of Nexium. So this is a thing that I talked about at the beginning of the year, where I wanted to draw characters even if they don't have a comic designated to them. So I already have my own alternate universe for Undertale called Reincarnated that I am focusing on so that I can share the story, the characters, and it's more than just another Sans and Papyrus alternate universe characters. I have a list of all of the characters that pertain to the story, including a new human that takes place as the main protagonist. But for the characters like Calypso here and his brother Archer that belong in Nexium with the multiverse of other OCs, I wanted it to be that I get to draw them whenever I want to have fun with it. So with Nexium, it's not just other alternate universe skeletons, it is every single one of my characters that only has either a singular reference sheet and no lore, or they have little snippets of a world that they're in, but I never got around to actually fleshing them out enough to give myself a story, like how right now the Dawn of Gales and Twilight of Serpents and again Reincarnated all have stories in mind that can become comics or some form of medium for me to share it to the world. But I still wanted to have an ability to work on these projects on the side, even if they're teeny tiny little projects, or just illustrations where, for self-indulgence sake, like this drawing, I just wanted to draw the character because I love the way they look, and I want to see them in different environments. I want to see what their expressions would be like when they're angry, when they're happy, when they're sad, and for me, it's something that I genuinely enjoy doing because there's not as much pressure for me to work on something on a set schedule, because as it turns out, when Clip Studio decides that it wants to go kaput on my time-lapse for an important project, I have these illustrations as backups, which is fun for me because then, instead of just posting a still illustration on my page or social medias, I get to ramble about my buddies in the speed paint because these characters, for me, are a whole separate world filled with life that I get to share and nerd out about with all of you guys, and you might learn to like these characters just as much as you do the other characters for my stories, which is fun for everybody. So, one of the things that I haven't done enough last year, and especially the many years before, is actually just have more self-indulgent artwork. Be silly, be cringe. Life is too short to not have fun, and right now, if you guys notice the specific sketchbook page that I shared as a little sneak peek to my sketchbook tour, yes, I too have had nothing but the Freak Circus clowns all over my page, and yes, like many people, I am drawing fan art of my favorites of the characters, and I am also making my own Freak Circus clown kind of like self-insert character design because I am definitely enjoying the idea of what would Stencil Fox look like if they were from the circus. And also, for those who also don't know, or do know, I already have my own creepy clown from my Night Terrors called Luxus, so I've had experience in drawing freaky clown characters, so I may also do a funny little crossover just for myself, where I see what it would look like if Stencil Fox was face to face with not only a literal Night Terror that I deal with, Luxus, and these Freak Circus clowns that just spawn out of nowhere. And even though it's gonna take me a little while, I do genuinely want to draw like a little fun short either comic or a little animatic where I'm just really like enjoying something I'm working on and then just randomly get grabbed by the ankles and dragged into a circus tent and can't escape it. It's like that "I'm back in the frickin' building again" meme all over again. And I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, where suddenly you just feel like you're like, I've finally gotten over this hyperfixation of insert character, moves on and tries to get back to what they're working on, and then they just get sunked in because their pages get filled with nothing but everybody else hyperfixating on a new character. That's how it feels. Like, I feel like I got hit by the train of hyperfixation and I'm on board as an unwilling passenger for it. And I used to have this problem where I'd spend an entire year focusing on it, Undertale characters, where I just kind of randomly decided that I was just gonna go with the flow and see what happens, where I draw only a year of that same hyperfixation. It led to burnout real fast. But hey, I got better at drawing skeletal anatomy because of it. Even if I didn't get any of my personal projects done, I created an entire new universe of alternate universes within alternate universes. So maybe it was worth it in the end to go down that rabbit hole, but either way, as I wrap up today's video, I hope you guys have had fun with these little spur-of-the-moment types of replacement videos when my initial plans go a bit haywire, because as much as I want to say, oh, I should have just delayed the video, I ain't leaving you guys with no video whatsoever. That's the old me. The old me would have just posted a singular still image and said, hey guys, I'm just gonna push the video to next month and give you nothing. That's not something that I want to do for this year, so although this wasn't the initially planned video, I am still excited to share with you the redesign of my Vent Persona Blight and a little fun self-indulgent piece of Calypso, and I hope you guys will stay tuned as I work on redrawing my oldest digital art pieces in the next video and a sketchbook tour soon. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to join the Subscribblers Squad to never miss an upload. While you wait for the next upload, check out some of the playlists. If you'd like to see your fan artwork featured in the Subscribblers gallery, tag me in it, as I love getting to see what you guys can create and sharing it to others on the channel. My card link is below, and if you'd like to further support this channel with exclusive Patreon rewards, Fennec Foxes for £2 a month gets you access to all of my work-in-progress sketches. Arctic Foxes for £5 a month gets you access to exclusive Patreon-only content, art videos, and comic pages early. Red Foxes for £10 a month gets your name read out at the end of the videos, just like this. Special thank you to Frankie Jr. 13. Stay possum, Subscribblers.